Hi everybody, it's Debora Sanders from Compass in Carmel. I wanted to give you a little bit of information about the Monterey Peninsula and the storm season. And as we are experiencing all across California, there's lots of things going on with the weather, but there's some particulars here on the Monterey Peninsula that I thought might be useful. So the first thing is we have a lot of trees, especially in Pebble Beach and Carmel. And the trees come down, so of course they've got to clear trees when they fall. We've had a pretty heavy drought, and so the roots are not saturated. The ground is saturated and the root hasn't had time to absorb. So really tall trees, large trees can tend to topple over. And then we have on top of that high winds. So you've got multiple elements that are causing tree downs. Now that can cause the power to go out because the lines are above ground. The majority of our lines are above ground here. They're not buried. And so when a tree hits the line, it usually takes it out. Power can be out for a few hours or a few days, as we've experienced here. So you got to be prepared for that. The PG&E crews try as much as they can to get things running, and they also have to rely on the tree services to get out here and clear the trees from the lines. We did have a closure on Highway 1 in Carmel because we had trees across the highway. So that's another reason when you have trees down, you might not be able to get through. And I've often been in Pebble Beach when trying to get places and have to detour because they're trying to clear the road. So that's number one. One of the solutions for power outages here is to get a generator, and people can hardwire their generators, which is a little more expensive, but it immediately kicks on when the power goes out. Or you have mobile or manual generators, which people then start when power goes out, and they plug in a few key electrical items in their house to keep, the refrigerator going, keep some lights on, etc. So those are options. Yes, losing power is very frustrating. However, it's part of our community. It's part of living here. It happens every time we have a storm, and there's not always rhyme or reason why one area goes out and others don't, but it happens. And then the second big thing, which we're dealing with, because of the amount of downfall of rain, is potential flooding. And this weekend actually today, there's a flood notice for the Salinas and Carmel River, and they are doing evacuations of certain low-lying areas. So when we get just this onslaught of rain, the rivers fill up and they overflow their banks. So this is something unfortunate and certainly scary for those who are going to have to evacuate. But there are hotels that are offering some discounted rates for those people that are displaced, and there's lots of links to help people find help. I do a newsletter, and I'm providing my clients who subscribe to information about the area, what's going on, news, market, etc. So if you're interested, you can go on my website at deborasandersrealtor.com, and there is a landing page to subscribe. And I also have community information about the area on my website as well. So let me know if you have any questions. Everybody stay safe, and we'll get through this storm.